Hi guys, welcome back to Boss Diaries. I'm back with another video, and today, if you have not read the title, it's going to be about relationships. So I'm going to be giving you tips before you get into a relationship, what to do leading up into get into a relationship. And I hope that this video helps somebody out there. I hope that if you're currently in that phase where you're thinking, oh, I want a relationship, I really want to get into one and all that, I pray that you see this video and that it helps you and guides you. And if I look down a lot in the video, it's because I'm prepared for you. Okay? I got notes on top of notes on top of notes to help you guys out. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to talk about before getting into a relationship, please make sure that you are healed. Okay, make sure you're healed from any previous bad relationships. Make sure you're healed from any traumatic experiences. I know sometimes it can take a lot of time, and I respect it, but do not enter a relationship when you have not healed. Okay, that is like the worst combination in history. And there's some people out. I forgot to do a disclaimer as well. I'm not no professional on this whole relationship thing. I'm literally just speaking from within me, and I just hope it helps someone. So let me just say that from now. It's getting back on track. Yeah, please don't get into a relationship when you have not healed. I think it's very, very bad. It's very toxic, and it's also not fair for the person that you're going into a relationship with. Obviously, I understand that when two people come together, it's like each other's problems kind of become each other's, if that makes sense. But if you're really not healed in a previous relationship and then you get into a new relationship, I feel that sometimes you can kind of, I don't know how to explain it, like a lot of things will trigger you because you're not healed from the previous relationship, or you kind of put on that heavy like energy and negativity onto the new person, and obviously the new person is literally coming into this situation ready to love on you, ready to care for you, but you're still kind of dwelling on the past. So I definitely think heal from the past, get your mind right, get it all together, and when you feel like, you know, you're at a space where, okay, like I'm fully healed now and I'm ready to get into a relationship, then that's when you should start to kind of consider getting into a relationship. But I understand that there's a lot of people in the world that's probably got into relationships when they're at their worst and it's worked out for them, and you know, their significant other has uplifted them and taken on that burden, and I'm so happy that that's worked for you. But yeah, I would never recommend it. I just don't think it's fair on the other person. I feel like two people should enter a relationship both healed and both ready, you know, to love on somebody and start a new journey with somebody. Just my opinion. So point number 2, I would say definitely, if you can, not even if you can, I feel like it should be prioritized, is to spend a year by yourself. Like literally take a year off, get to know yourself, learn to love yourself, like just learn everything about you, what you like, what you don't like, you know, pamper yourself up, make yourself feel good. That's also very important as well. Make sure that before entering any relationship, you're doing to yourself what you would want someone else to maintain for you, if that makes sense. So for example, if you're, obviously I'm a woman, so I'm going to talk from a woman's perspective, but if you're a woman that, you know, you want your man to take you out and get your nails done and your hair done and pamper you and all of that, make sure you're doing it to your damn self, okay? You can't be entering a relationship demanding, yeah, do this for me and do that for me, and make sure you buy me a Birkin bag. Have you bought yourself a Birkin bag, babe? Yeah. I just say spend a year to just get to know yourself, to love yourself, and to pour into yourself. So get your own nails done, make sure you're getting your own hair done, making sure you're keeping yourself upright as well before you enter a relationship. Because once somebody enters that relationship, they're going to say, okay, like this girl, you know, she keeps herself up regularly, she does this, she does that, and then they're naturally going to want to help and keep you like that. I don't know if I'm making sense, but long story short, take a year off, learn yourself, love yourself before getting into any relationship. I think it's so important to just spend time with you, with your one self, minus any man, minus any type of relationship. That's my opinion. Next point I'll say is knowing what qualities are important to you in a relationship. So is it important to you for your partner to be religious? Is it important for you to have a clean significant other? When I say clean, I mean someone that, you know, they know how to tidy up their own mess and keep their area clean, keep themselves looking good. Do you want somebody that, I don't know, is specifically into something, whether it's sports or music? Know what qualities you want. Know like the type of person that you're looking for before getting into any relationship. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense. Obviously, the dating stage is to obviously get to know people. But I feel like it's also good for you to know what type of person you like and want to attract. So when you're on this journey of dating, everything's kind of flowing, and then it's easier to identify things that you don't like. So someone can come over to you, have a conversation, whatever, do what they're doing. And if they're coming over to you, and for example, they stink, and one of your qualities is like, obviously I'm a woman, so I'm going to say a man, but obviously to anyone dating out there, you relate it to who your type is. But yeah, if a man approaches you and he stinks, but then one of your qualities is a man that keeps himself smelling nice, then you know, okay, this is not the man for me. However, I do know that people can kind of mold and change for someone they really like. So I'm not saying, okay, if a man stinks, that straight away, boom, no. Because if he has every other quality that you want, then it's something that can be worked on. You feel where I'm going with this? And another example as well, like if you're a person that loves to travel, for example, then you're obviously going to want to look for a significant other that also loves to travel. Because there's no point looking for somebody and they don't like traveling, they don't even want to get on an airplane, they don't want to get on a train, bus, nothing. It's going to make you feel very like restricted in your relationship, and you don't want that. You want to be in a relationship and make sure you're feeling like yourself. You want your significant other to bring out the best in you the same way that you're going to bring out the best in them. Everything has to be balanced, it has to be equal. It's very, very important. So yeah, I'll say that would be that for that point. Moving on. My next point would be to make sure you pray. So now that you're in a situation now where you've healed from your previous toxic relationships or your previous trauma, you know exactly what you want. You spent a year to just learn yourself, love yourself, pour self-love into yourself. And now you're at the stage where you're like, you know what? I'm ready. Like, I'm actually ready to get into a relationship and to go down that path. Cool. Next stage, pray. Please pray. Pray for the type of person that you want. If you know exactly what type of person you want, that's perfect. Pray in detail. That's the main thing as well. Pray in detail. It's the details, okay? Pray exactly what type of person you want. Pray for the qualities that you want in the person. Pray over as well. Pray over the relationship in advance. Even if the relationship doesn't exist yet, just pray over it in advance, because it's very powerful, and your tongue is very powerful. What you speak is very powerful. And most importantly, as you're praying for the things that you want in a significant other, make sure that you yourself is actually being that type of person that would be in that relationship, for example. So if you're praying for, you know, a man that's very loving, that's very caring, you know, a man that's going to cater to you, make sure that you also have those type of qualities within you, in terms of making sure that you're also loving and can give off love to somebody. Make sure that you also a person that will care for another person. Make sure you're also a person that will cater to your significant other's needs, because it's not a one-sided thing, babes. Okay, you can't just pray for this perfect person, but then you and yourself is also not working on your flaws and not working on yourself, because then again, when you get into that relationship, it's going to be very imbalanced. And you never want a relationship where one person feels like they're pouring so much into the relationship, but then the other person's not doing that at all, or they're given all these qualities but not getting it back. So make sure you yourself are also like that as a person, whether it's to your friends, whether it's to your parents. Just make sure those qualities, you know, are just, what's the word? overspilling, over pouring out of your cup. So when you're giving, I don't know if it makes sense. When you're giving and giving and giving, and you're loving and loving and loving, and your cup is over pouring, then when somebody comes into your life and is willing to love on you and care on you and cater to you, it's going to be balanced because you've got so much to give. Am I making sense? Do you follow me, guys? Cool. So now that you've prayed for your perfect person, I'm not going to say sit back and relax, but basically sit back and relax, knowing that God is going to take care of you. He hears everything that you want in a person. But also remember, this is very important. God will give you what you need in a significant other over what you want, if I'm making sense. So, for example, what could be a quick example? Say if you're praying for... what's a good example? Say if you're praying for a man that... Okay, I got one. Say if you're praying for a man that's very laid back, for example, right? Cool. God might actually send you a man that's very outgoing, because maybe, like, obviously God always partners people for a reason. So maybe that significant other might step into your life and help you to become more outgoing, and then by you become more outgoing, you might reach more opportunities, you might network with someone, and then boom, 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 boom. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you've prayed now for your perfect person, I say definitely leave it in God's hands and don't worry about it. However, also know that, you know, God will always give you what you need over what you want. If what you want lines up with what He has in plan for you and in store for you, then yeah, it will happen in God's timing. But God always does things at your best interest. He knows you the best. He knows what you need in your life. He knows what's going to help you get to a certain stage in your life. He knows, you know, your future, basically. So just trust in the process. And I can't remember what my main point was. Oh, I remember now. Hold on. So now that that's all happened, my advice to you is to just get out there. I'm not saying skin out your body and go party. No. Like, get out there, then like go to more events, go traveling. Anything that you're kind of scared to do is out of your comfort zone, go for it, because they always say the things that are outside of your comfort zone are normally the things that are the biggest blessings in your life. And you never know. You can find your man on a train, you can find your man on a plane, you can find your man in the park, you can find your man, like, for example, I know I'm waffling, guys, sorry, I just talk a lot, I get excited when I start talking, but say for example, if you've had a fear of, I don't know, going for a walk by yourself in the park in the morning, or going for like a morning run or something. Say if you've been putting it off for like 2 years, you keep saying, yeah, I'm going to do it next year, but you haven't done it. If you do it, okay, let's say this year. So if you do that this year, you never know. Since you've been doing all the other steps that I just told you, God could align the perfect man in the damn park. Do you know what I mean? Like, He could actually be there. I was sitting on the bench. You could be working out. You could be training for football. You never know. But because you've been putting your comfort zones above everything else, and you've been like putting it back, like, oh no, like I'm scared or I'm nervous, or body shaming yourself, or whatever the situation is, I'm telling you, sis, go for it. Go for that damn jog. Go for that run. Do it, because you never know. Your actual man could be in the park. That's just obviously one example, but in terms of comfort zones in everything, whatever you're putting off, I say go for it. Take risks. Travel, like, just put yourself more out there, because I'm not going to say how can you find him in a home, like just locked up in your yard, because these days you got Tinder and stuff like that. However, I always recommend getting out there and socializing. Even if you're an antisocial person, just try it. You never know. And you could actually come across someone, even a work placement. Just people meet people anywhere and everywhere. And whatever you're putting off could be your biggest blessing. Whatever you're putting off could be your biggest blessing. Okay, next point. Very, very, very important. Always be yourself. This is so flipping important. And let me tell you why it's important, right? If you're a person right now that, I don't know, you look up to like someone on social media, or you watch about all these celebrities and you kind of follow their footsteps, or copy how they look, or copy their style, or I don't know, act how they act and all of them kind of things, that when you're on this stage of attracting the perfect person to you, you're going to start attracting people that's attracted to that. Does that make sense? As opposed to attracted to you. So if you're a person where, I don't know, you, when I say you, I mean you, like you, not the person that you're looking up to, not the person that's on social media, you. And this is why I said again, going backwards, that's important to learn yourself and take a year to learn yourself. Anyway, fast forward again. What was I saying? What was I saying? This is why I have to write stuff down, guys. I get too excited. Make sure you always be yourself. Yeah, so when you're yourself, God, I forgot my trail of thought now, man. Oh, when you are yourself, you're gonna attract people that's attracted to you, not the you that's dressing like this person, or the you that's copying this person's hairstyle, or the you that's acting like this person because you think it will get more attention or whatever. You. So when you're acting like yourself, the people that's going to be attracted to you is attracted to you, which means you don't have to do the most and do all this extra stuff for the person to like you, because they're going to fall in love with the raw you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? A good example. Hey, this is actually a very good example. So I remember back in the day, there's two types of how can I explain this? Okay, so back in the day, me, because I'm a person where I don't wear makeup every day. It's just not for me. I wear it every now and then when I'm going out. But back in the day, not wearing makeup, I would attract certain type of men towards me that love me for me, like the raw Keisha, right? Cool. Then when it came to the Keisha that's dressed up, look good, hair always slayed and makeup always did and all them thing there, which is not 100% normal to be like that every single day. Like, let your pores breathe. But anyway, what my point is that type of Keisha attracts a different type of man. And that's what you're going to notice as well. When you're trying to, not that I was trying to act like someone else, it's just me being extra done up. But if you're naturally not like that and you're doing that every single day, and then a man comes towards you and is attracted, he's going to expect you to be like that every single day, because that's the type of person that you're broadcasting. It's the type of person that you're showing that you are, if that makes sense. But if that's not naturally how you feel, or if that's not naturally how you are, and then you're further down in the relationship and then boom, you want to now be yourself and you want to just have no makeup on and have your hair like in its natural state, respectfully, when I say this, girls, respectfully, the man's going to look at you and be like, who is this person? Not in a rude way, in a very loving way, because this channel is all about love. But I'm trying to be real with you guys, because I feel like there's no one that's real. So you got to make sure that you are yourself. So if you're a person that you love your natural beauty, or you're learning to love your natural beauty, and that's the person that you kind of want to portray, you know, with your natural hair, your natural curls, whether it's straight, curly, long, short, whatever it is, be yourself. Like, don't be afraid to be yourself, because there's only one of you, and whoever's attracted to the real you is the person that's meant to be for you. Obviously, there's going to be multiple people that's going to be attracted to the real you, and then that helps you to obviously narrow it down when it goes back to what I was saying about what you do like and don't like and da-da-da. But just please be yourself. Please do not try to be like anyone else. Please don't worry about social media and celebrities and what you think will help you to get a man, or obviously whoever you're attracted to. Please just don't do it. Stay true to yourself. Love yourself enough to be yourself, because then you're going to attract people that loves you, the raw you. And don't be afraid to be yourself. Even if you're goofy, you better be goofy. Goofy can be cute. I don't know why people portray goofy as not cute. It is cute. It's called personality, okay? Would you want to be like a robot? Alright then. Make sure you have your damn personality. Have your characteristics, okay? Don't be afraid to be who you are. Don't be a robot. Not the don't be a robot, but you get what I'm trying to say. Just be you, because your person's going to love you for you. They're going to love you because you're you. That's what my point is. Next point is enjoy your dating phase. So when it comes to dating, enjoy it. Please don't allow your inner feelings to want to rush this whole relationship process. Take your time, please. Take your time. Get to know the person, learn the person. There's so much things to learn in the dating phase. You know, you're going to learn more about yourself as well. And if you're a person that's quite nervous in terms of the dating phase, don't worry, because over time it's going to become so natural. You're going to, you know, start to become more you, because naturally, if you haven't gone through that phase yet and it's kind of new to you, of course you're going to be nervous. Of course, you might feel a bit timid in the beginning and not be 100% yourself, because you're obviously reading off of the person's energy. But trust me, over time, you're going to build that confidence. You're going to learn, obviously, the different people that you're speaking to. And another thing as well, don't feel guilty in the dating phase to be obviously speaking to other people and getting to know people. I think out of respect, to maybe just let the people that you're speaking to know that I am obviously speaking to other people and dating around, just so that they know. And obviously you're straight away showing that respect barrier. And whilst you're doing that, you know, men are more likely, well, I don't know about this day and age, but they're more likely to respect you and respect how you're carrying yourself and pour that back into you. But yeah, please don't rush your dating phase until you really think you're at that stage where you're like, okay, like, yeah, it's been a while now and things are going well and you're genuinely happy with that person. And then obviously if he pops the question of being your girlfriend, blah, 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 then, you know, if you think it's right, then go for it, because I don't want to put a time frame on anything. I feel like everyone's journey is so different. Some people date for like 2 months and then that's their husband or that's their wife for lifetime. Some people prefer to do it a bit longer, for more of a year, to really get to know the person. Some people prefer to be in like a living situation with them, because that's another topic for another day. But living with someone and dating someone is two different things. You learn so much about the person that you didn't know when you were just dating them, you know, about their little habits and, you know, a lot. But yeah, let me just say, just don't rush the dating phase, please. Next point. Okay guys, so my next point is to become friends first. I would always recommend friendship before relationship, because in a friendship there's so much that you're going to learn about the person. Not only are you going to learn a lot about the person, but you can kind of also see how this person caters to your different emotions, if that makes sense. Because us women, we are emotional beings and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just how we naturally are. But I feel like when you're a friend before you're in a relationship with the person, you can kind of see how they deal with you. So if you come in one day and, you know, you just have, you know, not a mood, but you just had like a bad day, you can kind of see how they would deal with that, or how they would deal with you. Sorry, you're not that, you're a person, my bad. How they would deal with you in that situation when you're on your time of your month, how they would deal with you in that situation. And outside of that, just how they deal with you as a friend. That is so important, because when you do eventually get into a relationship, you got to remember that the friendship came first. So when little blips and blobs happen in your relationship, you go back to the friendship stage. Not that you go back to the friendship stage, but you get what I mean. Like, it's the friendship that builds that proper strong foundation and naturally flows into the relationship. I feel like going from like nothing straight into the relationship is quite a huge jump, and it can get a bit messy. If it just flows nicely, it's like you don't really know each other at first, you get to know each other, you become really good friends, and then your friendship just keeps developing and whatever, and then you go into a relationship. I feel like there's such more of a smooth transition. So yeah, 100% I recommend being friends first, enjoying your friendship. And when I say enjoying your friendship, please keep it as just friends, not this whole friends with benefits crap. It works for some, but I feel like when you do it organically and you're generally just friends, it's just so much more chef's kiss. My opinion, guys, I'm not a professional, my opinion. So my next point would be to see how they are with like their friends, with their parents, with people that's really close to them, because realistically that is exactly how they're going to deal with you. Not so much in terms of their friends actually, because how they deal with their friends will obviously be different to how they deal with you. But for example, like with their mom, So I'm talking from dating a male perspective. So if you're dating a male and you know you get to that friendship stage where you do get to meet their mom or whatever, kind of just see how their bond is with their mom. Like, are they rude to their mom? You know, just little things. Trust me, it's important. Just watch how they are, like their relationship with their mom. Like little things, like if their mom came home one evening and had like so much heavy bags, do they go out of their way to help their mom with those bags, or do they just sit on the couch with their foot cocked up and watch their mom struggle? Trust me, it's important. How they even their siblings, how they deal with their siblings is kind of a good foundation to see as well. Like, are they very attentive? Are they not? But siblings is a bit techie because obviously every sibling is different, but most siblings, they have a lot of banter, they have a lot of different stuff. But I feel like the mom is definitely a good one to look at. How their bond is with their mom, how they treat their mom, because realistically, guys, very realistically, how they treat their mom is similar, I won't say the same, very similar to how they're going to treat you. If they're very caring with their mom, very loving, you know, they're always offering a helping hand to their mom. I don't know if opening doors is dragging it, but there is a lot of men out there that definitely will never let their mom open the door, so they open the car door, the house door, stuff like that. These things and these qualities that's natural to them with their mom, is going to be natural to them to do it with you. As opposed to a man that watches their mom struggle, watches their mom rock her back every day, watches their mom or talks to their mom bad, so cursing or just being very disrespectful. It's going to be natural for them to be like that to you. So it's very important to analyze that. Friendships is a bit sticky, like I was saying before, but you can still kind of see, I would say look at what type of friends that they keep around them, because not that they are that type of friend, but you know, the whole point of friendships is that you're with a group of people that's similar to you, or not necessarily similar to you, but you share similar qualities. So if all of their friends kind of believe in things like cheating, or like they just laugh if someone hurts themselves, or I don't know, like it's hard because some people watch these little videos and think it's banter, but I don't know, like watching someone drop and cut up their whole face and stuff, I don't know how someone can sit and laugh at that, but that's just some people, I guess. But I would say definitely kind of just look into it, but don't think overly deeply, but just, I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to not say it and make it sound like stereotypical, because it shouldn't be, because you can have a variety of different friends. So it's like if they're with a group of friends that's more like, how can I explain it? So in our generation, if their type of friends are the ones that are like, okay, like I'm looking to save up to get a mortgage, I'm looking to save up to buy, you know, my new, I don't know, car, I'm looking to set up my business, like I'm looking, I don't know, like them type of conversations, like grown people conversations. Not saying other conversations are not, because it's good to have personality and whatever, but you kind of just got to kind of look how their friends are moving, you know, what situations their friends are in. And there's nothing wrong with someone being in a bad situation, but are they doing anything to get themselves out of the situation, or are they comfortable in that situation? Because realistically, guys, the type of friends that they're going to keep is the type of friends that are going to be rubbing off onto them. So if they've got friends that they're like, oh, like all girls are trash, or oh, like come over bro, like let's drink and this and that, and it's like an everyday type of thing, let's play games, blah, blah, blah. And it's not also the balance of, oh bro, like what's the business saying, like have you been getting onto things, or oh bro, like make sure you, I don't know, like did you get what I'm trying to say? I don't know if I'm making sense. Like I feel like it's just so important, the type of friends that they keep, because for example now, if that becomes your person and they want to get advice from their friends, what type of advice do you think they're going to be giving? Do you get what I mean? This is where I'm trying to come from. So if they have kind of friends that are more mature, and you know, it's a balance of being goofy but also being on business and standing on business, then the advice that friend's going to give is more going to be like grown energy. Do you get what I mean? As opposed to hanging around with people that they're just very low-minded. So if they're going to go to that person for advice, the advice is more than likely going to be trash. Respectfully, it's just going to be very like, oh, like you don't need the person, or instead of like promoting you to work on things or promoting you to do things to better that relationship, it'll be more like, oh, forget that, like come back to the streets. Do you know what I mean? Like, friendships are important as well, but I say don't take it too seriously because it's hard to kind of read into friendships sometimes. But sorry guys, quick disclaimer, if you keep seeing me rubbing my head, I've literally got gel in my hair and it's literally like, whew, it's like that stage where, you know, when you just gotta pat your head real quick. So I promise you I don't have nothing new, anything like that. It's just I'm trying so hard to not scratch it, but it's getting the better of me. Next point, I would say, oh, this is a good one. So these are more like questions to you. So if you were to take away looks from this person, are you still attracted to them? And be for real. Be for real. If you took away the looks from that person, are you still attracted to them? Do they still not cater to your needs, but do they still actually make you happy? Does the qualities within them outshine their looks? Because honey, you can have a proper pretty boy, but he ain't got no qualities, and then do you get it? Like, it has to be more than looks, is what my point is. When you take away the looks from that person, are you still, I was about to say in love, but that's a bit pushing it. You're not in a relationship yet, but do you still like that person enough, minus the looks? Because honey, realistically, as much as people want to look the same for the rest of their years and getting all this plastic surgery to do so, is natural for you to age. It's natural for your looks to deteriorate as you get older. So what my point is to you is, once these looks go and they're shifted, are you still attracted to that person? Because if you're not, then you might have to do a bit more digging into what you actually like about the person. Is it just the look that you like about the person, or is there other things that you're also attracted to? And then the next point that I would say to you as well is, if intimacy is something that's very, very important to you, then I don't know, I gotta be careful what I recommend because I don't want to give out the wrong messages. But if specifically it's very, very important to you, then yes, I would recommend, I don't know, I've got to be careful how I word this. I would recommend exploring that sector, because if it is an important thing to you, you kind of will get your answer from then to see how the person is in that department. Sorry if I'm like stuttering, I'm trying to word it correctly. To see how it is in that department, because I think that's also, well, for you, if that's very important, then definitely do that. And you also will learn a lot as well, but at the same time, it's sticky. I don't want to recommend it as well, because sometimes that can blind you from everything else. So once that situation happens, sometimes it can blind your flow. Like, you could be on the flow like, yeah, da, 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 da. And then once that happens, it's like you got puppy eyes and yeah. So I'm not recommending anything. All I'm suggesting is that if that's something that's very important to you, then maybe explore it and see how that situation goes, because maybe that could help you with your final answer on whether you know or don't know if this person goes to the next stage. Yeah, next one. Another really important thing before getting into a relationship is knowing the person's moral values. Like, what is their morals and values? An example could be as simple as taking off their shoes when they come in your yard. Is that something that's important to you? Is it important to them? Because, well, obviously, things like that, it can obviously be a thing that develops and the person can obviously learn to be better for you. But sometimes it's a bit easier if if the person's moral values just match up to yours in the beginning, because then you're both kind of on the same page and no one has to like baby the other person. But I definitely say, to look at their morals and values, what they kind of believe in, what they think that should be done or not done, and you two as well, and kind of match them up. And if they're a person as well that's quite fixed on their morals and values, or if they're a person that is willing to kind of, I don't want to say change, you should never change for someone like that in that way, but you get what I'm trying to say. So definitely look at their morals and values. So yeah, so once you've gone through all of those stages, I know it's quite a lot. If you go through all them stages and you're obviously currently still on the friendship stage, this person checks in on you, you check in on them. It's not one-sided. This is so flipping important. Please don't make it be one-sided. You should never be running down no man or overly doing the most. It should be 50-50. He should be as interested. So I keep saying he because obviously I'm talking from my perspective, but whatever relationship you're in, it should always be 50-50. So they should be pouring into you as much as you're pouring into them, especially in the friendship stage. They should be checking in on you just like how you're checking in on them. You know, they should just be pouring in the same amount of energy, to be honest. It should never feel one-sided. And if you've got to this stage and you think, you know what, I'm really liking this person, I'm liking how they treat me and how I treat them. You know, if you probably would have met their family at this point, if you click well with their family, if you're happy with how they treat their family members and their friends and all of that kind of stuff, if it's all kind of just merging together nicely and you're happy, which is the main thing, then yeah, definitely take that next stage and enter a relationship with the person. And if you're already in that stage and it's the beginning stages, then I pray over your relationship in advance. I pray that God continues to guide and protect you both. I pray that you're both able to continuously grow strong as a couple. I pray that when you go through things together, that you're able to turn to God first. And if you're not religious, then I pray that you're able to at least come to each other first. I wouldn't recommend... okay, that's another video. That's another video. But yeah, I hope you guys love this video. Let me know if you want to see more of these type of advice videos, or if you want to see more of like the comparison videos. Let me know. Please keep me updated because I do read all my comments and all my engagement. But if you've got this far, then thank you so much for watching Boss Diaries. I am Keisha. This is Boss Diaries, and we're out.